Conflicted Chaos
with Riley
and Emma. Welcome back to Conflicted Chaos Season 2, Episode 9.
Episode 9.
It's gone by really fast. Actually, I was just thinking last night how fast second semester has gone.
It has gone actually so fast.
And I feel like second semester always goes by fast, but this semester has particularly gone by extremely fast.
It has. But I think it's because we've been doing a lot of fun stuff.
Yes, we have. First semester actually went by fast too. I feel like this whole year just blipped by.
And next year is going to go by even faster.
It's going to go by in 5 seconds, which is crazy that it's our last year. We were talking to one of our friends actually, and he was saying how this week is his last week of school ever because he's graduating this year. Yeah. I thought he was in third year.
I thought he was too. And then we were talking at lunch and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, which is crazy thinking that that's going to be us in a year's time. I'm going to be crying every single day.
Oh my God. It's going to get emotional.
It's going to get emotional actually because university has been the best experience for schooling that I've ever had.
This has been my old university, my second university. That was really great, but this has been awesome.
Yeah, this has been amazing. It's actually crazy the experiences we've had in this short amount of time.
Yeah.
And I feel I don't know about you, but now and me in first year are two completely different people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, me in high school and me now are, I wouldn't say polar opposites, but extremely different.
Yeah, I feel moving across the country and coming here has changed me.
I feel that.
My other, when I was at BCIT, that, I felt I was a different person than when I was in criminology. But then now, I'm I am not that person at all.
Yeah.
3 years and living on my own and doing
exactly
things that I never thought that I would do.
And just navigating the city. I remember before my move-in day in residence, my mom took me down to the city. We took the train down and we walked around campus. We saw my residence building. My mom showed me how to use the TTC, and I was pretty overwhelmed. And I've always wanted to live in the city. Living in Toronto has always been a dream of mine, just to be in the city. I feel I've just always been a city girl, even though I grew up in a small town.
Yeah.
And I was quite overwhelmed, and then it just clicked. Everything clicked. I know that the TTC has not clicked for you because your lack of direction in Toronto still lacks. However, I think you can agree that getting from one place to another has just sort of clicked.
It's been a lot easier than it was when it first started.
Yeah.
I used to never take the transit, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I lived in the place, my other place was in between Scotiabank and Rogers Centre. So I would walk to school all the time.
Yeah.
And my roommates would always take the TTC. And, they would go, the path and stuff. My one roommate figured out how to get from our building all the way, or, our building at school, or at home, all the way to, here, underground. And I'm I'd never attempt that.
I feel that's the one thing I haven't navigated is the path. I feel I've taken the path maybe 5 times.
It stresses me out. We used to be able to go from the path to our grocery store, but, that was, 2 escalators and, a 2-minute walk.
Well, I feel the path, I don't know, I would get kind of scared walking in there by myself.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel I'd rather do street route than go in the path by myself. That's just a personal
My mom's
thing,
explored the path more than I have. But it's so hot down there.
Yeah, it is hot.
I'm oh my God, walking there in a super puff in the winter, it's...
Yeah.
The subway's already so hot.
It would be convenient if it was pouring or if it was a snowstorm. However, I feel I am just way better at navigating when I can see the sky.
Yeah. You can see the CN Tower.
Yes.
I know where to go.
Exactly. Yeah, and on campus, DCC.
What is DCC?
You know the residence building that's white and orange? The big building on campus? On Church?
No.
Okay, well, that building, you can see...
Is that where you used to live?
No. Oh. I was in Pittman.
Oh, I've heard about Pittman. I couldn't tell you where it is, but...
Pittman is... It's literally right there. It's across the RCC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there, is it in Kerr Hall?
No. Okay, when you go out of the RCC...
Is there classrooms?
No, not in Pittman.
Oh, okay.
Do you know where the architecture building is?
No.
There's no way you know where the architecture building is. I don't know why I asked you that. But you know the doors we normally come in to go into the RCC?
Yeah, right over there.
Yes. The door's on the opposite side.
Okay.
When you go out there, it's that corner building with the red windows.
Oh.
I'll show it to you. Don't
I
worry.
have an idea of where you're talking
Yeah.
about. Is it on, if say I'm coming out, is it on my this side or my this side? That side or
I
this
feel
side?
really bad for people listening to audio right now. Extremely bad. I'm so sorry, guys. It's on the right-hand side.
Oh, okay. I know the
On
building
Mutual.
you're talking
On
about.
Mutual Street.
Okay, I know the building you're talking
Yeah.
about. I didn't know that. I thought that was classrooms.
No, that's Pittman.
Oh.
Good old Pittman Hall.
Hmm.
I actually had a great time in Pittman. It's definitely an older building, that's for sure. But I was in apartment style, and it was a lot of fun. Actually, it was a lot of fun. It sucked because we were still in COVID. We were still coming out of the COVID protocols, so every time we exited our room, we had to wear a mask, and we couldn't have guests in our residence building at all whatsoever.
Oh.
We were allowed to the last couple of weeks, but that was it. And I don't think they were allowed to sleep over.
So Leah Stevens didn't come down?
Leah Stevens never came down. No, yeah, because we weren't allowed. Like, no guests. And they had someone at the front who would check your one card, and they would scan it. And you couldn't get in unless you
Oh.
scanned your one card.
So did you have parties there? Or like there's no
There
parties?
was parties, but they were shut down within 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
I never went
Yeah.
because they just really aren't my scene.
Yeah.
But security would shut them down within 5 minutes.
I went to 2 university parties.
How was that?
Well, one was my friend Megan. She was at UNBC, so that's like in Prince George. So that's like very far, and she was on the basketball team there. So that was actually really fun. And they like had like some big, I don't know what it was. I went up probably like her 3rd week there. So it must have been like, was it Frosh? Like something like that. So there was like this big like whole party thing, and then like we went to like people's places for it, and that was interesting. Not my vibe. And then I went to one at University of Victoria. That wasn't my vibe either.
No.
But
parties,
but, like,
they're not really my vibe.
Yeah,
they're not my scene.
they just were like, it was just like crazy. It was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I'm not a fan.
I look at like Western and Queens and Guelph when they do their homecoming or their St. Patrick's
Yes.
Day, and seeing all the students like in the street and whatever, it just like kind of looks overwhelming to me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't really be my scene. I feel like I'd get really overwhelmed really fast. I'd rather be doing something with just a core group of friends.
Yeah. Those 2 schools, they weren't like what we see like on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
But they were still just like not the vibe. I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
And I know a lot of friends that it's a lot of fun for them. So yeah, but for me personally, not really my vibe.
No.
No. There's a lot of people though. Like, it's crazy from the videos I've seen. Like, the streets are packed.
I know. For what's that school that does St. Patrick's Day?
Isn't it Queens or
no,
Western?
No, it's a different one.
Waterloo.
Waterloo. I was like, I want to go there just to experience it. But my old roommate Natalia, her boyfriend used to go there. He's actually in our program now. But he was there, and so she went to go like visit him for it, and she's like, do not go. She's like, it looks fun. All you do is stand there in the street all day long.
And I remember last year for St. Patrick's Day, the weather wasn't very good, and I was seeing videos and photos, and they just looked freezing.
Yeah.
In the street, yeah.
But I would like
not
to
for
go
me.
just to experience it.
It definitely would be an experience, that's for
just
sure.
for like 45 minutes, and then be like, okay, been there.
Next
done
train
that.
back to Union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could go explore Waterloo. I've never been to Waterloo.
I don't think I've been to Waterloo either, actually.
Oh
It's
my
not very
God.
far from here.
Conflicted Chaos field trip.
Yeah, to
And
Waterloo.
then hit London on the way home.
Riley wants to go to London
Stop
so
in
bad.
Hamilton one last time.
Oh yeah, when you graduate, you're probably never going to come back to Hamilton. No, you will. You'll be back.
I'm sure I'll be back in
Yeah.
Toronto.
You have to be a seat filler for the CCMAs.
Yeah. We have to
Yeah.
do that. We have to see if we can do that next year.
Yes, we do. We
That
definitely
would
do.
be fun.
I'm actually glad that TMU isn't a party school. Like, I'm kind of glad that we're not really into the party scenes. I'm sure there is parties places,
We
but
just
obviously,
don't get invited.
obviously, I wouldn't know because I'm not a party person.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad personally that we aren't. I just feel like it's a lot more refreshing
Well, like
not having that go on all the time.
our school is like in the city, so I feel like we're like in it. We're
Yeah.
like at the bars and
Exactly,
restaurants. So, like,
exactly.
People, yeah.
Like exactly. There's no streets for kids to party on. I feel. Have you ever been to the Maddie?
No, I've never been there.
Madison Avenue pub? I haven't been either, but I've heard that's the spot.
You've invited me. You've invited me there.
I've invited you, but I never ended up going.
And I never was
Yeah.
like, I'm coming.
See, I'm like,
so-
okay, you know what? I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna put myself out there, and nope. Last minute, it's like, no, I'd rather not.
Just stay home. Go to the Rockin' Horse.
Yeah, I would rather. I've always been the type of person to just hang out with my core group of friends. I find that that's my vibe, And when you get older, like when you graduate, I mean, you're not going to stay in touch with 50 friends.
No, you don't.
If you do, that's great. But that's a lot of people to stay in touch with. You're probably going to stay in touch with like maybe 10.
Yeah.
So I would like most of my experiences to be with my core friends, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm out of high school and like I do not keep in touch with half the people anymore.
It's crazy. Even now, I'll see people from high school like years later, and it's crazy that what they're doing in their own life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much they've changed, how much they've grown. Yeah. Like I think we were talking about this last episode, but there's kids from my high school that have families now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, one of my best friends in my like high school group has a child.
Mm-hmm.
She actually hasn't even told me about it.
Oh my gosh. How'd you find out?
I know about it from our other friend that's in the group.
Oh no. But I mean, good for her.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it would be weird to be like, hey, my mom's like, you should text her. I'm like, no, it'd be weird to be like, hey, I hear you have a kid.
Haven't talked in a while, but heard about little Timmy. I don't know if it's a boy or girl.
Timmy is my plant.
Oh, right. Timmy is your orchid that I did not keep alive.
Wow. Emma smells a little bit weird today.
I made a big mistake 5 minutes before I had to leave. I was getting something from the fridge and my hair went into the butter. And so now I smell a little bit like a grilled cheese. I didn't have time to fix my mistake. Yeah, it was like sticking up. I have a photo of it. It was actually sticking up. Like my hair was molded. It was really weird.
Did you cut off the butter? Now your hair is
I just like grabbed like a paper towel and I like tried to get it out of my hair.
No, but I meant like on the butter that you touched.
Oh no,
your hair,
no.
like,
it didn't stick to it. It was like the butter was like on the outside of the package. I don't know why. Oh. And it just got on there. So now, yeah, it smells like butter. It really smells like butter. Can you smell it?
No. You're going to have people in glass.
No, I will. 100%.
They'll be like, do you have grilled cheese?
You have grilled cheese? No, I just got my hair stuck in the butter. It's fine.
Just me. It's my new scent.
You were telling me you had a story to tell me, I think. I think before we went in here, there was a story you had to tell. And now I don't remember.
Yeah, because I couldn't think of it.
Oh, so...
But you had a story.
I do have a story, actually. Another TTC story. I feel like we've shared a few of these.
The TTC is the best place to be.
It is.
That rhymes. Emma, new song.
There we go.
TTC is the best place to be.
Perfect. Riley's taking my whole gig. She's taking over.
Yeah.
She is Emma May Beckett. I think that's what you should be for Halloween next year.
Emma May Beckett.
Recreate my album cover.
Oh my god, that would be so good. I need the guitar though.
You need the Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah, well, I got that.
Yeah.
We know I got that.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious.
That actually would be so funny.
And no one would know who you are. Like, they'd be like, Riley, you didn't dress up for Halloween. And you'd be like, excuse me.
I am Emma May Beckett? Are you not a Becky?
Apparently not. I love joking about that. It's so funny to me. I mean,
I'll probably do it. So
I know you will. I know you will. I should dress up as you, Rye Dog. I'm gonna need
you
your
wear the hot dog costume.
No.
Oh. You want my Kiss Cowboys and drink tequila hat?
I was thinking. What was I even thinking?
A plaid jacket.
A plaid jacket, yeah.
What else for you?
A toque.
A toque, yeah.
Or a trucker hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you could wear
jeans. Yeah.
Jeans, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Joggers, maybe.
Joggers.
Some Lululemon.
Yeah, throw that in there. Your belt bag.
Oh, yeah.
Always have that with your portable charger inside. Can't forget that.
No,
That is an essential piece to the Riley costume. Riley doesn't go anywhere without her portable charger. Actually, she did go somewhere last week, and I needed it. I was like, Riley, can I please use your portable charger? And she was like, Emma, I didn't bring it, believe it or not. I was like, Riley, you go everywhere with your portable charger, and the one day I need it.
Yeah, well, I brought it today because I was like, oh my god, what if Emma needs it?
What if I need it?
I don't even know why I didn't bring it. There was a reason. Oh, I think because I was only coming for the 3 hours for the class.
Yeah.
And because I ruined my old phone because I used to have my phone plugged into that thing. Like it was...
Riley didn't like her phone going below 100%.
But then the battery would just die if I didn't have it. So now I'm like, okay, it can get to 80 and I'm okay.
I thought you said 50. I thought you said you were going to let it get to 50 and then charge it.
That's like a little bit too much.
Has your phone ever died?
Yeah, like a few times.
Is that okay? I was thinking maybe it's like a goal for you to never have your phone die.
No, my phone's died. This new phone hasn't died.
Maybe you should take that as a challenge. See how long you can go without your phone dying.
No, but then it's too stressful. Like,
I double dog dare you.
oh, I can't turn that down.
Anyways, back to my TTC story. I was going home, and one of our friends from our class was also going to the TTC, and we get on the TTC, and this guy, like, we're talking about drama class in high school. Like, we just got into that, and this guy jumped into our conversation and started talking about how we needed to start a business. And then he was talking about how he's only ever had good performance reviews because of this business. And then he got into talking about how he started taking up drywalling as a hobby. What else did he was just like going off.
Was he in drama class?
I don't know. No,
How did he get into the conversation?
He just like jumped in. I have no, like, he just was like, do you guys have a business?
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of
He just wanted to talk
random
about himself?
I guess. And then we got off the subway at the same stop, and we were like, oh, thank goodness. But guess who else got off at that same stop?
He did.
Yeah, and then he was just like, just kept talking. And me and our friend were just kind of like, yeah, good to know. Yeah, like, just like trying to, we weren't even really interacting. And then luckily we split ways.
After you go, yeah. Yeah. How many yeahs does it take for to stop?
Anyways, he was very I don't even know the word, but he wanted us to know that he got so many good performance reviews.
What was he performing for?
Like apparently this business.
His drywall business?
Could be. There was a lot of like mix and matched parts.
Did you get his Insta? I
did not get his Insta.
Oh.
No, but I have a feeling I'll see him again. I don't know.
I hope you do.
I hope I do. Our new friend.
You know, people come into your life for a reason.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
It does. Maybe that was your reason.
Maybe that was my reason to start my business.
For drywalling.
To pick up drywalling. Yeah.
Have you ever done like renovations or anything? Or?
Not really. My dad is big into renovations. My dad is a very handy guy, so he can fix basically anything. He redid our garage not too long ago, actually, and he did all the drywalling and all the electric for that. But I've probably helped out here and there. Probably not very much, but I can hold a drill. I can pass a wrench.
I used to get in trouble because me and my friend, where we like lived before, when we lived on property, we would like get into like power tools and stuff. We were like 6 years old. We'd go into like her dad's shop and we'd have all the power tools going. And,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. I grew up like I used to wear a tool belt around the our property. I'd follow my grandpa around the property. He'd be mowing the lawn and I'd like be on my quad. And I'd follow him around while he's mowing the lawn, but we had like matching tool belt sets.
When you say quad, is that ATV or is that a 4-wheeler?
Well, this one was like more of like a kid type one.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it would be like that, but it wasn't as cool as that.
Whenever we go to, I have a family member with a farm, and we always ride the ATVs and the 4-wheelers. They're so much fun. So much fun.
I've never actually ridden, I don't think, a real quad before. Or like ATV.
An ATV? They're fun.
I used to have a dirt bike, but...
You used to have a dirt bike?
Yeah, I used to be a dirt bike.
My same family member has a dirt bike, and yeah, I couldn't really ride it. I tried to ride it, but they're hard, actually. They're scary for me.
It was fun until I crashed.
Oh, no.
I had one bad, like...
Did you break anything?
I didn't break anything. I like, went down the hill, and I lost control, and I flew over the handlebars, and, like, my shoes went flying. And we didn't find my shoe for, like, 3 months. Like, when my cousin came over one time and, like, found it, like, in the, like, this tall grass, like, far away. And she's like, what's this? And I'm like, oh, my God, that's my missing shoe.
That's crazy.
But, yeah, I flipped over the handlebars and, like...
Tore up your knees?
Probably, yeah. So I went flying. My grandma like saw and she like screamed, I guess.
Oh,
and
my
so
goodness.
my grandparents and then like we had like lived in like the same house type thing. Well, they had their own. We had but the same property. Like they were attached. And then I guess my mom like she said she didn't even like her feet didn't even touch the stairs. She just like went all the way down and like came out like,
Did you
picked
get
me up,
up
and
right away?
yeah, my like helmet was like all broken. I had like trees sticking out of my head.
No way.
Yeah, but yeah,
I
I just
did-
went flying.
I did that too, not on a dirt bike, but on a regular bike. I was camping and the roads are gravel. And I don't know why, but I was holding the handlebars with two hands, but my phone was in my hand on the handlebar, if that makes sense. And my tire went through a groove in the gravel and I just went over my handlebars and my phone, I was
Your
more
phone
worried.
survived.
I was more worried about my phone smashing than,
Did you hurt yourself?
yeah, I did. Actually, my knees were all tore up. Like they were all bleeding and all opened up. They were gross, actually. I still have scars. But up until then, that was the worst injury I've ever got. Like my knees were totally torn up. My hands were all torn up from
Oh,
stopping
I hate that,
myself.
like the road rash.
Yeah.
From
Yeah, and how old was I? I was 14, and it was a month before my grade 8 graduation, and so I had my dress that went right above my knees, and so in all of my grade 8 graduation photos, I've got these huge scars on my knees from falling off my bike. It was terrible, and it didn't heal very fast at all, because then it gets all like gooey, you know, like it was really gross. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, my mom flipped over her handlebars mountain biking. And
Ooh.
she broke her ribs. That was like right after she had me. So she couldn't like lift me up for a while.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
See, I like 2
Poor
feet on the
me.
ground. I would never go mountain biking. Even dirt biking was a little too much for me. I like 2 feet on the ground. I'm not
Yeah.
very adventurous.
I don't dirt bike or anything anymore. I can't, like, my dad got me a new dirt bike. And like I think I rode it twice. And like I was like traumatized from it.
Yeah, I would
But-
be too. Actually, I got rollerblades, I think for my 6th birthday or 7th birthday from my grandparents. And my dad was always very nervous about rollerblades. And I rode them outside on my driveway. And I fell, and that was the first time I'd ever knocked the wind out of myself. And I remember being so scared because I couldn't breathe and I didn't understand what was going on. Like, have you ever had the wind knocked
Yeah.
out of yourself and you're trying to breathe, but you just can't, and then eventually you are able to? And oh my gosh, I was
I don't like
so
that feeling.
scared. I was so scared, and I never wore my rollerblades after that again.
Really?
Maybe when I got older, maybe like when I was a teenager, I would wear them, but as a kid, I never wore them again.
Oh. I
Yeah.
rollerbladed a lot.
Mm.
Like we had a really long driveway, and so I did that. And then when I broke my ankle, like during COVID,
Yeah.
I got like the new Mars blades
Oh,
that
yes.
feel like you're on ice. So I replaced my blades with like my skates, and then I put these on.
Yeah.
And then so like because I couldn't walk or anything, but I could be in a rollerblade because it was like a boot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I would rollerblade to work
Oh,
at the
that's awesome.
brewery. I would either do that or I'd scooter. But yeah,
I've always been able to rollerblade because it is actually very similar to skating.
yeah.
So every time I strap them on, I'm able to rollerblade. But yeah, as a kid, after that, I was traumatized. Never put them back on. I've always wanted the Mars ones, though. They look cool.
They are, and like they like rock back and forth. Like
Yeah.
it is super cool to do.
Yeah, I had.
But,
Did you
like,
have the
I would
skate
never go like
guards?
fast or like do anything like that
No.
anymore. Like like before, I was like a daredevil. Now I'm like absolutely
Yeah,
not.
absolutely.
I was
not.
like, oh god, if I fall here,
I see all these accidents that people have, and I'm like, I just rather would not risk anything.
yeah.
Did you ever have the rollerblades that would they were the skate guards that would go onto your skates, and then you could
Oh,
roll
no, I
around the
didn't.
arena?
That was like after my time.
Oh, really? So
Well-
everyone had those when I was in hockey, and then I eventually got them, and they were awesome.
Yeah, when I was coaching, like all the kids had them.
Mhm.
But like I don't think they became a thing until I was like 16 or something, and then by that time it was just like
No one had them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I had them for a year when people my age still wore them, and then no one else got them. But they actually were pretty hard to put on your skates.
oh.
They were hard to clip on.
I actually never used skate guards.
You never use skate guards.
I would never use skate guards until now because like I take my skates like to go outdoor skating or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a no skate guard.
Did you wipe your blade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wipe my blade and then put my skate guard on.
Yeah. I think there was like one season where I had those like plastic ones. But like
Well, I guess when you're growing up, I mean, I went through skates every year for a while when my
Yeah.
feet were growing. So I guess it wasn't the biggest deal if you didn't have skate guards on as a kid. But now, the skates I have now, I feel like I've said this before, they're the first brand new pair of skates I've ever
Mm.
owned in my life. So I take care of them because
Yeah,
they were
I-
expensive.
have skate guards now, but
Actually, when we went skating, when we filmed that video of us on the ice when we were mic'd up, you had stepped really hard thinking it was the ice and it was gravel. Or it was
no, it
pavement.
Yeah,
It was pavement.
And both of our faces were like
Yeah. like, have you ever been to Nathan Phillips Square? Yes, we went together.
Yeah.
And kids just walk along the pavement in between the ice and the safe area. They just walk along with their skates, and it like tears something inside of me. Yeah.
When I would work at the skate shop, like I'd watch these kids, like, because there's like obviously the lobby is like whatever, the rubber.
Yeah.
But then like outside you get like just like where the doors are, because there was like 2 separate doors, and then it would be, I don't know what it was, like this, whatever this is.
Yeah.
Tile or something. And like I would watch them walk, and I'd be like, oh my God,
it's
like
so painful.
their parents had gone to like run to put something in the car, and then they can't just sit there. So then they like look out, and I'm just like, oh my God, no, what are you doing?
Yeah. Actually, Nathan Phillips Square, I don't like how it's laid out, because it's the ice, and then it's like 2 feet of pavement, and then it's the safe skate area.
It is weird.
There should be some, or at least a couple of areas to get from the safe area to the ice without having to jump over.
Yeah.
Because it's awkward. Then you have to sit on the edge of this pavement, and then you have to throw your skate guards to try to get it into your bag. Like it's kind of.
And then if you miss, then you have to like attempt to go and get
then
them.
Yeah, or like crawl over it on your knees. Like
Yeah.
it's.
I was always such a freak though when it came to like skate sharpening. Like I would sharpen my skates like almost every game.
Really?
I think it would be like every 2 to 3 games. I was
always had
my
to
skates.
sharpen my skate before a practice, so then I could break them in for a practice, and then they would be good for a game. If I sharpened it before a game, they were too sharp.
I always sharpen before games.
See, I could never do that.
Now though, like I can't. Well, I have new skates. I had those skates for like a long time, so they were like just like runners basically to me by then. Like they were like so comfy. But my skates I have now, I'm not comfortable in them still.
Really?
But I haven't played that much hockey.
I guess you haven't really broken them in.
Yeah. Like I don't trust myself. Like on those skates, I would trust myself in like if I still had them, but now they have rollerblades on them. I would trust myself. Now these ones, I don't have the trust.
Yeah. Do you have a brand of skates that you always buy?
Bauer.
Bauer Supremes are mine. Are you Bauer Vapors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had those pump skates one year.
Pump skates?
Yeah, they
Never
were
heard of
like
them.
green, and you'd pump them on the side.
Wait, yes, I know what you're talking
I had
about.
those one year. So
were they called M something? Okay, I had a pair of skates one year, and they were horrible, and they were.
Were they lime green?
They were lime green.
Yes.
Yes, and I think it was like M or something, and they don't sell them anymore. I think they were discontinued.
Well, yeah, I think that I don't think that they actually even pumped anything in it.
No, but as a kid, my parents would always get me used skates, so it was basically whatever was the cheapest and whatever they could find to fit my feet. So I didn't get Bauer Vapors or Bauer Supremes. That was when I was older. But as a kid, my feet grew so fast that it was whatever they could find. And one year it was these pump things.
Yeah. I thought that they were so cool.
Yeah.
And then the next season I was like, no.
Did you get your feet molded into your skates?
Yeah.
I hated it. So I used to get it done, but I didn't like it because then your feet can't move inside the skate.
Oh.
I didn't like when they were molded, so I stopped doing it.
I always molded.
Nope, not from me.
My dad was like, you're doing this. So
Put your foot in the skate. Yeah.
Or my mom would. Used to have, it was called Bill's Skate Shop. And it was all these like cute guys that would work there. And my mom would be like, no, I'll take Rye to get her skates sharpened. We'll go get the skates.
I know a place.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
And like all the moms would like go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still the best skate sharpening I've ever had. But
actually, our local hockey shop on the main street of Collingwood just shut down in the last year.
Oh, that sucks.
And they did the best skate sharpening, and they had all of the used equipment, so that's where we would get a lot of our equipment growing up.
Yeah.
But they shut down. I don't remember why, but pretty sad.
Aww.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Well, on that sad note.
On that note, before we cry, thanks for listening to Conflicted Chaos, episode 9 of season 2. We're doing one more episode of season 2, correct? One more. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, then we're home for doing it.
Then we're home. So. Yeah, next episode's gonna be a bittersweet episode.
I was gonna have to say goodbye to me.
I'm gonna have to say goodbye. You're gonna have to say goodbye to me. You're leaving. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.